Hi, my name is Cedric. Welcome in another week of AI Decoded. Last week I was in Barcelona to visit one of Wonka's partners. Wonka is the company I started together with Wim and Antoine, and we're on a mission to help other companies with their generative AI solutions and with their data strategy. At the same time, we're also building our own generative AI solutions that we're making to democratize access to these tools so that even small and medium-sized companies can get access to this new technology. Company that we're supporting in Barcelona is a MedTech company. They're building a semantic search functionality for their platform. And basically what they asked us, we want to make sure that everything is secure and everything is fast. And so we built their solution in Azure, and we made sure that we didn't use any of the OpenAI models because they specifically requested that we wouldn't do so. In Barcelona, I also met with the folks of VMware, and they showed their new platform called VMware Private AI Foundation, which they're building together with NVIDIA and that they're making available for the users to directly compete with Azure and AWS on this new front of generative AI. And in the same week, also a story broke about Microsoft and their partnerships. And that made me realize that I want to dedicate this week to everything that is happening in the ecosystem and also give my opinion on where it is heading. So let's start maybe with one of the biggest players, Amazon, with their cloud service AWS. They were actually one of the first ones to provide companies with access to large language models, to give companies the capability to fine-tune foundation models in their service. And they're doing that through a partnership with Hugging Face. Hugging Face is a popular website with developers that has a library of hundred thousands of machine learning models. And they actually this week also announced that they had a new funding round closed and they raised more than $200 million. What's particular about Amazon and AWS is that they don't have their own popular models out there yet, but they're partnering with smaller companies like Stability AI and Anthropic to provide those models. Then of course there's also Google. Google is actually one of the earliest players in this field with Google DeepMind. They for years have been building foundation models, and they were actually kind of the inventors of the transformer model architecture, which is the underlying architecture for popular large language models that we use today. They have their own models that they make available through Vertex AI, where people can fine-tune them on their own data sets. Besides that, they're also building a playground environment called GenAI Studio, and they're building their own no-code tool that will allow people without coding experience to also fine-tune models. And this tool is called GenAI Builder. The biggest difference with AWS is that they don't have a vector database, so you have to work with something like Pinecone to make everything work. Obviously, I don't want to go too technical, so let's go to the biggest provider or the current market leader, Microsoft, with their platform called Azure, which is their cloud providing unit. They were the first one to jump on the ChatGPT hype when it first launched, and they immediately made an exclusive partnership with OpenAI. Now we can see that since then they're taking a different approach. They're partnering with other companies as well. They partner with Meta, and last week they also announced a partnership with Databricks, which is a very popular up and coming development tool. And here they really want to put forward the ability to fine-tune any foundation model in Azure to make sure that everything is hosted securely. I don't have time to talk about all of the cloud providers. I just want to mention that there are more, like for example, IBM or Alibaba, which you can use to basically do the same thing. If you are already using a cloud provider in your company, it's obviously best to first look what they have in store and see if it's not necessary to switch to something else. I want to express my gratitude to the VMware team for showing me the new platform that they're building. And I have to say I'm really excited to see that also smaller cloud providers are not only helping companies with the hosting of those models, but trying to find ways to help them with the training and the actual setup of the AI models. So my opinion has changed a lot over the last 6 months. At the beginning, I was a little bit worried that there would become another Microsoft monopoly, but it seems like it's not the case. A lot of actors are playing in this field and joining the field. At the same time, I do regret to see that it's all American players and a few from Asia, but none from Europe. And this makes me a little bit sad because I believe this technology is going to bring a lot of value, but in Europe, we won't have all of the benefits. And probably you will see more of the negative externalities, and this will further induce the cycle of not wanting to partake in that innovation, and as a result, leaving all of the upside to other nations. Finally, I want to end with one more story about Amazon. They are using generative AI in their reviews. Today, it's being used to summarize long reviews so that customers that are browsing through the products can actually get very quickly the most essential information from a long review. But I think they will even take this a step further. Imagine that you're looking for the softest sweater. You might actually get recommendations based on reviews of other people and get the sweaters that other real customers said that were really soft. And I think that's something really exciting to look forward to. So with that, I want to end this video, and I hope to see you next week for another week of AI Decoded.